Hey, everybody, it's time for Saturday Hockey Talk. I'm your host, Slags. I'm digging into that nickname. All right, so we're going to talk about all the moves the Habs made, I guess, since the trade for Noah Dobson. Talk about those players. I'm trying to work on a video. I've got a little bit of information about some of these guys from the video I'm working on, and we can go over that and anything else that you guys want to talk about today. It's Saturday Hockey Talk. It is the off season, and we should have hopefully a lot of fun with that. If you are here, I see there's only a couple people here right now, but if you are here, say hi in the chat and let's get going. I see I got one or two comments. Let's see who's here. David. Hey, David. It's been a while, David. Good to see you out there. I don't know if you're still in the room, but I'm doing good today. Hope you're well as well. And then we got Jean. Hey, Jean, how you doing? Good to see you out there as always. Don't see you that often, but good to see you when I do. All right. The Habs made some moves. They made some moves this offseason for them, acquiring Noah Dobson, Zachary Bolduc, who I think is going to be a big surprise to everybody. I think this kid really wants to show what he's got. He's a local kid. He's got talent. Everything you hear about him, this kid might have been a steal. Even though we gave up Logan Mailloux, still might have been a steal. And from what I'm hearing, maybe has potential to be the second line center this season and maybe going forward. But he has potential to be that. I'm not expecting that he will be, but the competition will be there with Kirby Dach and him. That's if they don't find somebody else that they, I don't think they're going to. To be very honest, I don't think we're going to get that second line center this year. I think Kirby Dach's going to get an opportunity. I think if he falters, I think Bolduc's going to get an opportunity. And if he falters, well, we'll go with the best of whatever. But I think that's where they're looking at because it doesn't look like they're going to get that second line center this year. Let me know what you think about that in the chat here. And like I said, if you're here, say hi. Let me know what you think about the offseason moves that Montreal's made. So we talked about that. We got also they signed. So this was, I guess, a UFA signing. Forward Sammy Blais. Not a big, huge signing, but I mean, he's an NHLer. He's a fourth liner. He's your 13th forward. He can fill in around the lineup. And if you got somebody else that you want to bring up or is showing more promise or whatever, he can be sent down to Laval. It's not a problem. It's a 1-year deal. I think $775,000. It's not a lot of money. They also signed a goalie in Kakko Kähkönen, who I think offhand people are saying he's going to go to Laval, but I don't think he's going to go to Laval. Jacob Dobish is waiver exempt. I can't say it because his name is Kaapo Kähkönen. It's but Kähkönen is a somewhat experienced goalie. Has decent numbers on a good team. He can put up some decent numbers. I think Kähkönen is the backup to Monty this season, and if that doesn't work out, then maybe Dobish comes up. But I think Dobish goes back and cooks a little longer. I think he showed some cracks, a little bit. I think he's got great potential, so it's not a knock on Dobish, but he's waiver exempt, and I think he could use a little bit more time in Laval. So I think we're going to see Dobish and Fowler down in Laval for the upcoming season, my opinion, and we're going to see Monty and Kähkönen. They also brought in, and these are nothing big there, but they brought back Alex Belzile. Obviously, it was a 2-way contract, so he's for Laval. And a kid named Klerman, don't know much about him, so nothing there. Now out from the team, besides the free agents, that's Yoel Armia went to LA. Christian Dvorak, who I'm blanking for a second, went to Philadelphia at a 1 year, $5.4 million contract. So a nice contract for him. It's only 1 year, no risk really for Philly. And Dvorak will deliver what, it's a little bit much, but they got him to sign for 1 year. You got to pay a little extra for that. That's my opinion. So those guys are out. The 2 first-round picks, we didn't get those because we got Dobson. And with those picks went to Emo Heineman, who I really liked. Emo Heineman, thought he was a really rugged, energetic, hits a lot, a forward who has talent. He had 10 goals before he got hit by a car in, I think, Seattle. And then the offense went down the hill. But he had a lot of promise. I liked what he brought to the table. But if that's the price to get a guy like Dobson, I'm all there. And then Logan Mailloux, as I said, went out. Mailloux went to St. Louis. To get a guy like Bolduc, who I think a lot of Habs fans are going to say, is he good enough for what we got for Mailloux? I think he might be more than good enough. And I think Kent Hughes might have got a steal there. Anyways, there's that. Then there's the draft picks from this year. 3 of them stand out to me. 3 of them stand out. I'm going to start with shorter to tallest. On the shortest is L.J. Mooney, who I never heard of for my life. He's a Cole Caulfield type of guy. He's small like Caulfield, and he's got terrific hands. He's kind of a little bit of the opposite. Caulfield, the goal scorer. Mooney is the playmaker. But he's got potential. He is small. Don't know what's going to happen with him, but he's a standout. Then you've got Alexander Zarovsky. Now, Zarovsky, they picked him in the 2nd round. Apparently, if they kept their 16th and 17th pick, Zarovsky was going to be one of those 2 picks. That they were definitely doing that. So they got him, and they said very happy to get him in the 2nd round. He looks really good if you look at his highlights. Big potential with that kid. And then there's Hayden, let me say this right, Papanekis. Hayden Papanekis, he is a First Nations. Now I realize that's the term. I'm going to stop using Indigenous. He's a First Nations player who doesn't speak the language. He's Cree. But he's 6'5". He's a big kid. He's got talent. He's got leadership skills. He's I've heard them say he's a steal for where they got him. So those 3 guys stand out to me from this draft. So we could talk about all that. I just wanted to bring that up before I get back to your comments. And let me know what you guys think about all that. So I'm going to be talking about those guys, obviously, in the video. I've got some questions I'm going to be talking about. Maybe you want to talk about it here. Can Patrick Laine earn a top 6 spot with Montreal? Or will he be a 3rd-line winger despite his huge cap hit? You might want to ask, will they be able to move him? Are they looking to move him? I don't know. I have what I think are going to be the forward lines unless something changes between now and then, but I don't think the Habs are going to do much the rest of the way, to be honest with you. I don't think they are. And then Mike Matheson, stay or go? Is there value with him staying? Is there more value to trade him? We can talk about that. I actually got found a really good article. I don't know if you know who Lori Bennett is. She's a writer. I don't think she's like a professional writer, but she writes about the Habs. She's really good. And she made me think about Matheson's value. And also the competition for the 2nd-line center now that they've got Zachary Bolduc. So if you want any of that, you want to talk about any of that, I'm up for that. And then if there's stuff you guys want to talk about, if I can answer or I can contribute, I will do such. And also I want to at some point give you guys a quick tour of my store online. I've got some really interesting products. I also have news of the store that I thought was an American store, but the reason I signed up with them was that they were both. It was Canadian and American. I thought, well, I can deal with that. And the proof in the pudding is I've ordered some stuff, and one of them is a mug, Habnormal's logo mug. And it's coming on Monday ahead of the shirt and hat that I ordered. and it's been shipped out of Toronto. So the mugs I know are printed and shipped from Toronto. So there's a Canadian connection. Maybe that makes you feel better, and maybe not. I will be hooking up to a totally Canadian store very, in the next couple of months. But for now, there's this. And I want to just show you some of the stuff I've gotten there. All the stuff I'm going to show you will be available in the Canadian store, except maybe the running shoes. I'm not sure if they have them there. But I'd like to show you guys some stuff. And so there you go. Let's see who's here now. Back to that. Joe, going to be writing your poem for this month in the next day or two. So that's coming. I did not forget. And also, that makes me think, any members in here, put out a members-only video today, despite my dog barking. What I did for that, it might be interesting to you guys. I went back to my very first two videos that I ever shot for YouTube. I ever shot for anything. My very two first videos that weren't for Talking Habs. I hadn't done Talking Habs yet. I did like 10 videos or so before I was Talking Habs. So I downloaded all of those. I downloaded my very first official Talking Habs video, and I'm going to be doing, the reacting to them for you guys. So the first two in one, because I missed last week. So, and one of them is called Elvis's Bigfoot. You might want to check it out. If you don't have a membership yet, just click that button. It says join. It's just $1.99 a month. That's the small one. And you get all the videos that I put out. You don't get the members only live streams, but you do get the videos, and you can check out everything and how to do it. Just click that button and it's going to tell you. But do it after the show. So you're getting members only video at least one a week, and then if I can't 1 week, I'll make up for it the next week. And every 2 weeks, a members only live stream if you're the one level up from the $1.99 one. So there you go. So check it out and do that. Make me happy today. That would be great. I'd love it. We need more members, man. We need more members. All right. And like I said, by the way, memberships, if you take it, you can cancel at any time. There's no commitment beyond a month. So that's it. All right. David. Hey, David. It is good to see you out there, buddy. It has been a while, man. BL. Going good. In a good mood. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. So maybe, I don't know after that. But today I'm in a good mood, feeling good. So there you go. Any news on the Veleno front? I've been out all day, so if it happened today, I wouldn't know. I got back not too long before the show. But before that, I had heard nothing. It was what was in Salt Lake City? Did I miss something? BL says Alex Cornway, the goalie the Habs drafted, I don't remember what round, has apparently received the blessing from the Habs to forego the last year of junior to attend Cornell University. Awesome. Listen, you know what? I think college hockey, first of all, is a lot better than it was when I was young. And is there anything wrong with a kid getting an education along with the hockey? No, I would say that's great. And Cornell is where Ken Dryden went to. And Ken Dryden won the Calder Trophy for the Habs when he was not even really a rookie. I mean, he won the Stanley Cup when he wasn't a rookie, and then the next season won a Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe Trophy, and then the next season won the Calder Trophy. So that's interesting. Unless some huge dollars are eaten, Line A isn't going anywhere. But and I'm going to say I don't think they're going to trade him, but I don't think they'll have a problem if they find somebody and they say, okay, well, we'll retain. It's one season, this season. It doesn't go beyond this season. And I think that's how Kent Hughes prefers to do that. If he's going to retain, it's that season, doesn't go into the next, doesn't carry over. So are they going to find somebody, though? I don't know. But I agree with you. They're probably going to have to retain on it. But again, I think if they do, I think they might. I'm not sure how they really do feel about him. But we'll find out. But he's got an opportunity that he's got to take advantage of. If he doesn't, deadline, I think he's gone. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it works out and he's all good and all that good stuff. Here's a funny one, by the way, for you guys. Found this today. It says, but if you can't see it too well, it's a guy stepping over Toronto Maple Leafs logo, and it says, "Whoops, almost stepped into some shit." You got it, buddy. This one I like too. Lords of the Rink. Okay, let's get back to you guys. Ronald, I seem to remember about a month ago or something. Weren't you in something? Anyway, good to see you as always, Ronald. Good to have you back. David, how's it going, David? Joe says Heineman's accident with a car. Yes, Heineman got hit by a car in I think it was Seattle, and then he was out for like a month. And did he get any points after that? I don't think he did really. Anyway, I had heard, by the way, I don't know if I'd said this story, but Heineman wasn't who Montreal offered to the Islanders. They offered Owen Beck and the 2 draft picks, and the Islanders countered with, we want Heineman instead of Beck. And the Habs probably said, oh, it's not a problem. We're happy to do that. Right? I mean, listen, I like Heineman, and there's no knock on Heineman. But if you got an opportunity to move those 2 picks and Heineman to get a Noah Dobson, who is a guy, at the very least, at 25, the player that he is, you got to draft that kid. You don't usually get an opportunity to trade for a kid like this. So, that's all they wanted. I would have expected more, but I would have thought Mayu would have been the guy that goes back for that trade. But thank God no, because now that allowed them to get Zachary Bolduc, who, I don't know a ton about Zachary Bolduc, I'll admit. But everything I'm finding out about him is really good. Like, his potential upside is pretty big. It's not to say that he's been fantastic and all that, but this kid's made progress. He's got 19 goals last season in 13 minutes of ice time average. That's pretty good. I read somewhere where one of the executives there said they thought he could have had 30 goals with a little more ice time. Apparently, he's going to be good on the power play. So our second power play unit is strengthened with Dobson and Bolduc probably going there. I just really like the moves. I don't know where I was now. J-Fed. Hey, J-Fed. Kids are going to U.S. college for the money. And what's NIL deals? I'm blanking if I knew that. That's right. And you know what? Rightfully so. Let these kids in college get paid a little bit of money. I have no problem with that as long as you can't buy a championship, as long as they got that, but I'd have no problem with kids getting paid what they're worth, so they can live nicely. They're athletes. They contribute a lot to the money that comes in from their games. They should get some of it. I've never had a problem with that, being on that side of it. Cornway, the goalie. We will miss him in Cape Breton, although Jacob Milata, a Nashville draft pick, is our number 1. But Corny was loved here in CB. That's what I hear. I hear he was really well liked, fan favorite, and he's got a tenacity to him or something. Like he underperformed. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's got a lot to prove, and a little like Jacob Fowler. So I don't know much else about him though. David, it has been a while. I've been good. My man, happy belated 4th of July to my mom and dad. My mom and dad are both passed, and my mom and dad were both Canadian. And I don't think there's anything happy about 4th of July right now. I wouldn't celebrate it for my life right now. But I appreciate the sentiment. But my parents have passed. And to you, Rick, buddy, and happy belated Canada Day. Happy belated Canada Day to you, David. But for me, also being I am dual citizen. I was born down there. Yeah, there's nothing to celebrate 4th of July. Nope. Renegade Man, let's hope Doc can rebound this season. It's got to be hope. I mean, we say it every year. I do. I legitimately hope that Doc turns out to be the guy that I thought he was going to be. He's got one last chance this year. Contract is done. He's on the last year of a contract. If he underperforms or again an early injury, I don't see them re-signing him. Oh, the accident happened in Salt Lake City, Utah. Oh, that's right. It was Utah. All right. Whatever. I'm old. I'm old. My brain doesn't work. That's what happens. But I appreciate the you guys up there correcting me. Hey, only 2 likes and there's 20 in the chat. Hit that thumbs up. And listen, if you're new here or you haven't subscribed yet, I appreciate that. And I gotta highlight this next one because I haven't seen this guy in like forever. Johnny Golden. Hey, Johnny Golden, how you doing, man? Johnny Golden was a big regular at the very beginning of my journey here on YouTube. Why he would have been at the time, I was horrible. I look back at it now, but he was a regular. I believe at some point Johnny was a mod, and then I kind of people that hadn't been hanging around. But it's good to see you back, Johnny. It's good to see you back because with guys like that, that's what kept me going. Guys like Johnny kept me going in the early days. Believe me. So good to see you. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. I haven't seen you in a long time, but yeah, things are different. I'm moving forward, Excuse me. Where was I? Okay, what's this name? Image and likeness. What does that mean? What are you talking about? No. Is what Romanov got big long-term contract. I don't know the terms of his contract, to be honest with you. I don't know what they signed him to, but I did see that they re-signed him. Where do I see the Habs finishing this year in the playoffs? I'm going to say the Habs, if things break right for the Habs, and if some of the teams that were ahead of them, they weren't that far out, right? They made the playoffs. I think 3rd or 4th. I'm gonna say 3rd or maybe the wild card, but I think if they do get the wild card a little more comfortably to take a wild card, and it'll be the Atlantic Division wild card. But I honestly think this team can challenge for a 3rd place finish. But things have to break right. They got to come out of the gate with a good start and just keep rolling like that. I think they're capable, but it doesn't mean they will. I think there's a lot to be excited about for this season. And what's that? ZX82. I don't never see you out here. Welcome to the channel, buddy. If you've been here before and I said that once already, well, I welcome again. How's that? Renegade Man. I just heard of this kid today. So Arseny Radkov looks like a long-term project for the Habs. I don't know. Like I said, just heard about him today. I don't know anything. Saw a headline, didn't read the whole story, that kind of thing. NIL, name, image, likeness, ability for student athletes to get paid. Oh, is that what they're called? Okay. Yeah, that's right. They use their name, they use their image, and they can use their likeness and things. They should get paid for that. And that's been for a long time. And it's about time that these guys in college, hockey, football, but whatever, should get a little bit of, get fairly treated, I'll say. I don't think they should make millions and all that, but they should be fairly paid for what they're doing. David says, oops, sorry about that, Rick, buddy, and I'm sorry about your parents. Don't be sorry about it. Don't worry about it. I appreciate that, and thank you. No, I'm 62. My parents being passed, it's not that unusual, David, so don't worry about it. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you had a good Canada Day, man. And you take care. Hopefully we'll see you again soon, man. Johnny Golden. Awesome. I'm glad to hear you're good. Loving the future of the Habs. Big fan of Hughes and Gordon. You? Yeah. I mean, how could you not be? Look at the moves that they've made and how they've transformed this team from what it was when they got here to what we are now. And that's just, less than 4 full years? It's a hell of a turnaround, and the future really looks bright. So, yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about, what's going on with my team, without a doubt. Johnny says, hit them likes button. Hit that like button. And listen, if you haven't already or you're new here, consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm a little slow with videos, but we do a lot of live stuff. We got podcasts. Hab Normals, by the way, is coming back. We were going to start it tomorrow, but I'm not ready, and it's going to be the next week. So not this Sunday. We'll be recording the Sunday after. I got too much going on tomorrow. Yeah, so we got all kinds of stuff. I am working on this video. I'm a little slow these days. And we got all the membership stuff. So, yeah, give us a subscribe and check us out. Although that's what you're doing if you're here, I would imagine. I'm at my age. It's not as easy to do that, Bill. Thinking about what? Hughes and Gordon? Yeah, no, not really. I won't admit it anyway. Tony, hey Tony. You say second in the Atlantic? It's possible. It's possible, sure. I'm shooting a little lower and gonna say third, but man, be awesome. Second. There's my on-screen partner who is usually off on Saturdays anyway. Go Habs, go baby, says Matt. Hey Matt, how's it going, man? Noah Dobson is a Hab, he meant to put. Let's effing go. You've tuned in sporadically, but saw your live and thought I'd tune in. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that I imagine are like that, have seen me here and there, whatever, subscribed, but didn't really. And then eventually, people come and go in this. Like I just said about Johnny Golden, and he'll tell you for whatever reason. It wasn't. We didn't argue. I don't think there was anything like that. But it's kind of like a circle, and eventually people do come back and they go, and there's new people, and it's kind of like that. But it's always good to see new people and the old people as well. The trouble with me is it's hard to remember some of the old people, but Johnny Golden I remember well. Let's see. Yeah, Matt. So, you're here. Well, we're gonna start that next Sunday. Can't do it tomorrow. Besides, next Sunday next Sunday I'll be a day ahead of getting my other merch, but I'm gonna have something coming in on Monday. I'm gonna read this. A high school quarterback signed with the University of Michigan for $11 million. Okay, I thought I had heard that. But that's football, and college football, high school football is hugely popular. But I think that's absolutely ridiculous, though. 11. I'm sorry, that's just too much. Nice. It's good, David. It was a nice day here. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where you are, but it was a nice day. I was out, and it was sunny and not as much sunny, but the temperature and the humidity was great. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too humid. Which team do I think will drop from playoffs in the Atlantic? I'm going to say Tampa Bay probably. Or they'll drop in and take 5 over like Montreal did, but I think they move past I don't see Florida dropping out. I don't see Toronto dropping out of the top there. So I see Montreal going in there, and then probably Tampa dropping out. And I don't know who's going to come in fourth behind us, but I don't know. Cam. Oh, yeah, Matt and Cam there. Matt's at Cam's house. Johnny says if there was a way to get McTavish, we'd be in great shape. I'm hearing today, really, I didn't know this. he's asked for a trade. He wants guarantees that he'll be a center and stuff. So I don't know if he's happy over there. So maybe there's something they can do. I really don't know. You tell Matt to get off his phone before you say hi, Rick, though. You should have come in here and said hi, Rick, out of respect. Hey, Kev. Love that Tanner Jeannot deal. Bah-ha-ha. Well, I'll tell you something. I don't know if it was Tony. No, it wasn't Tony. I don't know who was interviewing Eric Engels before the free agency period. And he mentioned Tanner Jeannot as being a guy that Habs might be interested, would be a good signing. But, don't know. Tanner Jeannot deal was about as good as a dry rub, and we got kids one. Whatever. From a coked up prostitute. You always tell me, hey, worry about the kids. You write that? I agree with you, though. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Jeannot has a bounce back with you guys. I don't know. A little bit too much money in term for a fourth-line guy, though. Boston might finish last in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, listen, Boston could finish fourth, but I'm kind of like you. But I don't think last. But I don't think they're going to finish in the playoffs. I think Cameron might agree, but not fully with that. JFed says it's $11 million over 4 years, so $2.6 million or so a year. Larry Ellison, a billionaire, is funding it. These NIL deals going to get crazy. That's they're going to have to cap things. I think they're going to have some rules on that. But, okay, $2.6 million, it's not $11 million. But that could get crazy and maybe a little unfair in recruiting players, I would think, right? But that's football. It's not hockey. But I'm not as worried with hockey. But I probably should be. You're 1 hour north of Calgary. All right. I did not know that. In Alberta with the crazy premiere. I got this new vape I'm trying out. I should probably turn my cam off for it. But I'm trying it out. I'm trying to reduce my smoking cigarettes. Well, tobacco. Problem is, this stuff makes me choke a little bit. I'm gonna cough probably. I gotta get used to it. But yeah, turning over a new leaf, as they say. You're gonna hear me coughing now. I don't know why that is, but I guess it's because it's more concentrated or something. All righty, what are we doing? Who are we gonna talk about? What if you have anything you want to know about some of these new guys we got, I can tell you whatever I know. It's not going to come. I'm not going to think about it off the top of my head. That's the problem. So question away, make comments, say whatever, and we'll go from there. BL says there's a story out there that McKenna was offered $500,000 for 1 season at Penn State. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. For hockey, I mean, $500,000, that makes more sense for hockey. I mean, if a quarterback's going to get offered $2.6 million, for hockey, $500,000 seems like that's on the high end, right? I don't know what to say about it. I do think they were unfairly not paid for the longest time. I just hope they don't go overboard and go, well, we didn't, and now we're just going to throw money at them. It's not a good thing to do that. There should be some guidelines or rules about how much you can pay them. I saw that JFed Jaden Struble filed for salary arbitration. What does that mean? Nothing really. They couldn't come to an agreement. They obviously qualified him, and then they couldn't come to an agreement for the money. He had arbitration rights. His agent filed for arbitration. which means only that they got one side's got to live with whatever the arbitrator decides. It might be both sides have to if they're both not fully happy with what he decides. But whatever the guy decides, you got to live with that for a year, I think, or you can walk away from the player if you don't like it, what he's awarded. I doubt he's gonna be awarded anything crazy if he's and if that's the case, I doubt they walk away from Struble, unless I don't think they'll walk away from a guy like that. So, but I did see that before I went out today. Arbitration could get nasty, and arbitration can get nasty. That's why I don't like arbitration. I believe they can still reach an agreement prior. They can still reach an agreement prior, and maybe that's what the agent is doing, figuring we'll file for arbitration. It'll get them to the table quicker, maybe, and and we can reach a deal before we have to go insult each other, because that's what happens. Basically, right? There's no way it's 36 minutes into this live stream already. I just looked up there. It's 30. Where did the time go? I got a couple of things here. Oh, I don't know if anybody saw, but this is the Team Canada for the roster for the Olympic preliminary roster. Nick Suzuki up there is the third line center, if that holds. Nick Suzuki, and then Sam Montembeault listed there as the backup goalie behind Jordan Binnington and ahead of Logan Thompson. But Nick Suzuki, he's going to be an Olympian. I mean, as he should be, right? I think that's as it should be. Check out the waterfront. Pretty good so far. Oh, yeah? Wait a second. The waterfront. Who's in that? Because I think I've come across it, and I saw you put your cursor over, and I don't know, it didn't catch me fully. I think it's the one that I'm still maybe gonna watch. So, no Bedard yet. I don't think Connor Bedard I don't think he's played to the level that should have him there. Do you? Maybe during this year, during the season, if he's amazing, they can add him in. There's going to be guys there that are injured or not going to go, and but I'm not surprised he's not on that preliminary list, to be honest. So who's in the waterfront? Tell me. Besides, I thought it was actually a movie. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing. Yeah, this is difficult. Anybody else talking to me or what? I watched the season of Ozark, and I don't know. I didn't, I didn't like the wife, and it's not like I don't like the actress normally. I didn't like her in this, and I think that's what kept me from watching the rest of that show. And it doesn't interest me to watch it anymore for some reason. All right. How about I give you a little bit of a tour of my store? How about we do that? All right, let's do that. I gotta take. No, I have nothing there, so I just put that there. That's store. Okay, Bill, it is the thing that I keep coming across because that's what I thought that was in that highlight thing. Now that you've mentioned it, I will go check it out. I like that character. I like that kid. I liked him not because he was gay. Don't come at me for that. That's why I said that. But I like the actor, and yeah, I'll go check that out. I appreciate that you again the recommendation. All right, we're gonna take a look at my store. I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna show you. This is the store. I think I'll go browse all, and there's the shoes, and they're pretty cool. here's my I really like the Talking Habs sneakers. So it's basically one of my logos, and it took a bit to line it up properly, but yeah, I designed it. Oh, it's my logo, and then you just like line it up on the thing, and it comes up with that. But you know what? I really like them. There's no other view. Oh, I thought there was other view of that. So that's shoes. What I have here is I have normals, hibernation, gonna flyer, don't puck with media, and talking habs. Got shorts. Let's look at here. Here's the hab normal ones. I'm gonna get them like this. That's and then on the back, this is your daily fix of blue, blanc, rouge. But I like those. What else do I gotta go back? Got this is my Canada Strong and Resist Fascism shirts. These are track pants. So it's got that on the front. I think on the back I got something. Yeah, and it's got the Don't Puck. It's the Puck Around podcast and Don't Puck with Media logos. Track pants. Trying to find some athletic wear there. They don't have a lot. Then this is the hat I've got coming in. The Habnormals. I got a flyer t-shirt. And this is the mug I've got coming in. So the mugs are out of Canada. The mugs they print and ship from Canada. So there's a Canadian part of this. Got a mug pretty much for all the podcasts and stuff. And and this is the shirt I got. I'm the director and producer or co-producer of this. So I thought I'd get, I like the logo. I designed all the logos on here except for one. I designed all the logos. And the one that I didn't design is one of the Talking Habs main logos. But I partially designed it. Here's my elbows up logo. Elbows up Canada. I like that one. I'm just going to do this for a few minutes because I've been wanting to do that. So then there's the reason that, by the way, this mug is pucking around. The logo is in the front, not on the side. So they don't want to show the front view for some reason. Some of them are just sides on both sides and some is just in the front. Pucking around T-shirt. Then I've got here Teammates Forever, Rivals Forever. This is artwork from Ghosts of Habs Past. And I got one T-shirt, Teammates Forever, and then Drinking Buddies. I don't know. Here's Teammates Forever. And I'll show Drinking Buddies. And you got Drinking Buddies. I like those designs. And they didn't have the Habs actual logo on it, so I got different colors. Things come in different colors. You'll see. There's some of the hats. Matt's actually said he's ordering this trucker's hat. I don't know. Yeah, he liked it. What else? That's it. That's a sweatshirt for women. We got pink colors for certain things. There's a hoodie. Mouse pad, and basically that's it. Anyway, there's my store. I'm proud of my store since I did all the designs myself, except the one, like I said. So I'm pretty proud of it. They're not bad. I'm not saying they're perfect or they're all the great designs, but I like them, and I'm learning. And they're a lot better than the first 3 T-shirts that I did make over on that other site. You can tell I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And now I know a little bit of what I'm doing. Anyways, it's fun to design that shit. And it'd be fun to sell some. So if you're interested, it's that link right there on the bottom. Right there. and it's in the description. Just go there and you will see it. And if you're American, it's in American dollars. If you're in Canada, what you saw there, if you saw prices, those are Canadian dollars. And yeah, and whatever country you're in, they've got you can buy it anywhere. And there you go. That's my selling job for tonight. Did I do a good job? I don't know. I'm going off camera for just a couple of minutes. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Let's get on with the comments. Not that there's anything wrong with that, BL. And then if I had to, I could probably do it. You know what I mean? If I had to put a gun to my head, I could probably be okay with it. Now, listen, I don't care who you love, who you have sex. It doesn't bother me. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody and it's not animals or kids, I'm good with it. David says, hang on, my hand is busy doing some. No, don't get any stupid ideas. David says, my brother and I have memorized lines from On the Waterfront. Stella could have been a contender. Marlon Brando, Rod Steiger, Lee J. Cobb, Eva Marie Saint. I've never seen it. I've only seen probably bits and pieces. I've never seen the whole movie. But it is a classic. I mean, that's a classic movie. Marlon Brando when he was pretty young. Yeah, we can move on to, if you guys want to talk about TV, where are we? Oh, we got at least 15 minutes to go. I can go a little longer. I'm hungry, and I got to cook right after, but don't worry, I can go a little longer. I should eat before these shows, but I didn't get home in time to do that before. All right, what do we got? David, I appreciate that. And like I said, it's out there. If you'd like, I'd love it if you guys would order. But hey, you're not required. And if you feel more comfortable ordering from a fully Canadian site, that's coming up soon. The problem with that is I have to pay monthly to be on that site, and I can't do that right now. But it's coming up really soon. So that's the only reason I'm not on that other site. But this is a dual citizen. It's a Canadian and American company. For me, that's Canadian jobs. There's people in Canada that need these jobs, and that's good enough for me in this instance. And yeah, maybe it's because, whatever. I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm very honest. I'm too honest sometimes. Is there anything good on the menu? You talking about food-wise for supper? We're making burgers tonight. On naan breads instead of cutting down on my bread. And I'm on a pretty good diet. Phil says, greetings all. He's here. Have no fear. How's it going, Phil? You just missed it. I had the whole tour of my store. Oh, by the way, I should say this too. The t-shirts you always see me wearing, I still have those here. They are on sale, $15 plus shipping. I think it comes to $40. And that's tax and shipping and everything. So though I still have both those t-shirts. If you want those, you got to email me at my email, which is in the description as well, talkinghabs@gmx.com. You do that, and I've still got a fair bit of those. The t-shirts that I wear all the time, I've been wearing them for a while. Those are still available, and I think the price is pretty good, $15 plus shipping, plus tax and shipping. And the shipping it's not that bad. And if you buy 2 or even 3 by chance, I can fit that all into one shipping. So you save money that way. Joe says, I have to give you the YouTube channel to the true crime stuff. Have to give me the YouTube channel. I'm not. Did you say that right? I don't know. I'm not comprehending for some reason, Joe. You have to give me to the. Why are you giving me to the YouTube channel? Phil says true crime, but crime. Try only murder in the building. I'm not interested in that. Selena Gomez, that's Selena Gomez's twin, is not bueno at first, but really grows into the role. Steve Martin and Martin Short are as advertised. Yeah, I know that's out there. It doesn't interest me for some reason, Phil. I mean, I only hear good stuff about it, but it doesn't interest me. BL says, huh? To this? I don't get it. I have to give you the YouTube channel to the true crime stuff. You have to give me the YouTube channel. Oh, I'm still not sure what you're saying there. Sorry, Joe. I kind of think that I don't need much of that, the vape thing, but anyways, I don't know. I think it might be hitting me now. I give you the details for the true crime YouTube channel. Oh, awesome. Where'd you give them to me? Anyway, send them to my email. And like I said, I'm gonna be. I wrote it down to start. Well, I wrote it down for tonight. I doubt I'm gonna get writing tonight, but impossible. But in the next couple of days, I'm gonna have that your poem for this month. All right. Well, I know you haven't sent it yet because I haven't found it yet. But yeah, send that to me. I'll check it out. Once again, anything you guys want to talk about? We've got officially 8 minutes left, but I mean, I'll go longer. A lot of fun tonight. I've got a lot of energy because I drank some energy drink, which I don't know why I do that at night, but I got a lot of energy, so I can definitely go a little longer. That's what she said. I mean, he said last night. Now that sounds like I'm gay when I said that. Jesus, can't get away from it. I can see true crime in first person. Oh, we'll just wait a little bit longer. Grab your popcorn and watch what's going on in the States. You're going to see true crime every freaking day. I think for like the next, I don't know how long. It's going to ramp up, and it's going to ramp up soon. The ovens are on their way, man. The ovens are on their way. You recently met a Frenchman from France or from Quebec who is a big fan of Talking Habs. Really? You met somebody and you both said, like, figured out that you like Talking Habs. That's awesome. David, that's awesome. That makes me feel really good, actually. So where's this guy from exactly? Like I said, is it France or Quebec? And how did you meet? That's really cool. And how did you discover that you both like Talking Habs? That makes me feel important all of a sudden for some reason. I'm not important, so it's not going to go to my head, but it feels good. Well, Phil, that's why I asked, is it from France? Because you would say a Frenchman, to me, when you say that, I don't think of a Quebecer anymore, like when I was younger. I think of somebody from France. I don't think I've used the term Frenchman in a long time. I would say a French dude, a French guy. Yeah, he was French. Like I wouldn't use that anymore. Unless I'm talking about somebody from France. Well, there you go. So your mom, you're a Frenchman on your mom's side. And then your wife is a French woman on her daddy's side. So, Phil, your mom was born in France and your dad from Spain? That's interesting. Great food from both those places. No wonder Phil's into food a lot. He sends me pictures sometimes of food he's made. And now I didn't put it together, but that makes a lot more sense. Why? food and haute couture, like the high culture. Although haute couture is clothing, isn't it? It's fashion, I think. We're drifting to the side. I'll be back on camera in a couple minutes. What questions do I have for you? Well, we got away from hockey. I don't mind that, by the way. I don't mind if we got away from hockey, but okay. But your dad is Spanish, isn't he? Oh man, your mom. You don't hear that name too much anymore. Back in the first season, I think, of Saturday Night Live, Chevy Chase on the news always made jokes about Franco the dictator. Johnny Golden, good question. I think going into the season, he's the favorite. I would say yes. I'd like that to be 2 years in a row. We get the Calder. A little early, obviously, to say that, but yeah, he's the favorite going into the season. But there's going to be a player or two that's going to challenge. I mean, he may run away with it, but I think there'll be a challenge somewhere. Your dad is old Ben Saint Laurent. He was very Quebec. Oh, I thought your dad was Spanish. So it's on your mom's side. Both on your mom's side. All right. Phil says maybe easily in contention. That kind of looks like he might be incontinent, but it means he just didn't put a space there. Yeah, I mean it's a maybe, but it's a big maybe. Like it's leaning towards yes, but we don't know. That's all. I'm hoping he performs to what we expect, but if he doesn't, his first full season, I'm not gonna jump down his throat. He may have a good season, but yet not a Calder winning season. But I think going in, like I said, he's got to be the favorite. Everything I'm seeing everywhere, he's the favorite. So, yeah. Phil writes, spaces are for suckers with extra characters to spare. I read that pretty good with no spaces in there. I can read backwards too. If you write the words backwards, I can read them apparently because people do that. There's things on like memes online, and I read those things pretty quickly. So I don't know if that means anything. Am I backwards? Does that mean I'm just a backwards person? I don't know. Do I not need spaces because I am? I don't know what to say there. Demented? No. Demidov will be a sheltered young man. He will be offensively deployed, probably on the third line. Power play time and no PK time. You ease these boys in the new ice, the new system. I think you are wrong. I'm going to comment on this comment. Demidov will be a sheltered young man. Sheltered for what? He's 6'1". He'd probably be about 200 pounds by the time the season starts. I don't see this kid being a kid you got to shelter. He won't be on the first line, but he will not be on the third line. I really doubt that. I'm going to say I really doubt that. He'll be offensively deployed. Yes. Is he a defensive player? His defense isn't that bad. So, but is he going to be on the PK? I don't see why right in the first year. For sure. Will he ever? Maybe not. Power play time, definitely first unit power play. And the new system, you know what? He is apparently at the ice, on the ice every day. They're working with him. He's going to have a good grasp of the system. I don't think that's a problem at all. But no third line for me. It's the second line and sheltering him mildly. I don't think you're going to have to shelter him. Johnny says the talent is there. The talent is definitely there. After the Calder drought is broken, I think the Habs will be opening the Calder floodgates. I'd love that. It wouldn't bother me in any way. It just, I'm not going to say for sure he's going to. Maybe by the time the season starts in preseason, I might say that then, but it's early. But I definitely think he's the leading guy going in. Johnny Golden, you are right. It's early in the offseason, but he's out there pretty much every day on the ice. I keep seeing pictures of it, and they say he's like Wayne Hudson. He doesn't want to be away from the ice. I love that. I don't think that's a guy you got to shelter. And I think that's a guy who's going to be ready with the system and everything. And his English is better already. And like this kid is going to be good. I, for a kid that age, I really respect his just the way he does things. I just respect this kid. Oh, no, I thought I had hit that. Think Slavkovsky, maybe not third line. He wrote third line, but the offensive exploitative offensive line you deploy in offensive zone after a failed icing from opposing team, he won't be on top line nor get top minutes. He won't be on top line. He'll be on the second line. He won't get top minutes, but he'll get second line minutes. Now, could he falter and be? Yeah, but I wouldn't count on it, and I don't want to go into the season expecting this kid to falter. He may, and you write that off. He's young and he's going to grow, but I don't know. This kid seems to me. Michkov had a really good first season. I don't see why Demidov is not going to have a really good first season. How come? Oh, yeah, I'm not finished. I'll be back on camera in a minute. And then we'll go another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go eat. I agree with you, Joe. I don't know if the floodgates will open, but if you're saying finalists, I do agree. I think we might have finalists. We're going to be one of those teams where you see a lot of teams that do that. We're going to have finally the kind of players that can qualify for that can make the final list of a Calder Trophy. So, says Phil, is the doctor, that's Doc, R2C at the moment? He is. Since when has he been skating? Has he yet? From what I understand, he is working already and skating, and he looks good and ready for the start of the season already. So it's, maybe I'm a little ahead of that. But he is on ice. He is working. He is going to be ready for the start of the season, and all looks good. But, I mean, we've been there before, so does that mean all will be good or not? We don't know. That included Hudson in your list, so we got 1 and 9 to go, is what you're saying. And like I said, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. I think the talent level of the players that they are picking is way better. I saw something with the list of the top 10 prospects in the system in 2015, and that list was pathetic. It was pathetic to look at. That was our best guys, in the wings. And you look at that list today, and it is like 10 times better. So, yeah, there's going to be guys, and there's guys they've drafted that, might do that, might get a Calder, or at least be in the finalist list for a Calder. I could definitely see that. All right. Guru, late to the show. I'm at it another 5 minutes, but good to see that you dropped in. And when I do these shows on Saturday at 9, it's for you because you're out west, and I try to give you, not a ridiculous time for the start time, but I couldn't do that tonight. So I apologize, Darren. I apologize, man. He says, that's all good. Darren's a great guy, by the way. If Doc finally lives up to his potential, that'll really help Demidov, and he just might. You can be injured forever, or you can't be injured forever, I think is what you meant. But, yeah, I mean, Doc is, 24? He's not a guy that you give up on yet. That time may be coming sooner than later, but I don't think at his age you're giving up. And the reasons that he hasn't reached that level are injuries. I don't think yet you give up on this guy. I think he still has potential there. I think he may end up winning the job. I'm not saying it's a better chance that he will, but I think that the potential is there that Doc actually comes through this year and shows everything he needs to. And they look at it and go, between him and Bolduc, we're good on the second line. And that could happen. So we'll see. I'm hoping for the best for all of these guys. And I haven't given up on Doc. I really haven't. Doc is still okay to me, says Phil. Maybe as 3C, not 2C. Well, if he falters, that might be where they put him, right? But I'm hoping, he does a good job. Everything looks good for him at 2C. I really wish us to simply hold the fort down with a 1-year vet deal. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to do that. Make any trades to get that guy unless it is the right guy. And Crosby looks less likely than ever right now, so I don't know if that'll happen. Listen, for the next year, I think they are ready to go with Doc. I think he's working the phone still and may come up with somebody, but they're ready to go into next season with Doc as 2C and the competition from Bolduc, who they see as potentially a top 6 guy and potentially a center. I'll just say a center. We'll see what happens there. I think they want to find out before they would sign somebody that I don't think they're going to sign anybody unless they're sure that's the guy, to be honest with you, or trade for that guy, unless that's the guy they want to go forward with for a long time. It doesn't seem like they're going to do a stopgap signing or trade for a center when you've got Doc and you've got Bolduc here. That seems to be what I'm reading. Anyway, to me, that's what I'm taking from it. Doc's injuries are due to being unlucky rather than making stupid decisions. But when is a guy injury prone or just unlucky? That's the question. Doc is reaching that point where you got to question that, though. If he gets injured again before the end of the season and whatever, then you got to say that he's injury prone, and it's not just unlucky. It's a combination. I mean, because a guy can't just be unlucky every year of his career and get hurt. I mean, that's injury prone. Phil, I don't disagree. Crosby would be great to come here, but from what I am reading, it doesn't look like that's happening. And from also what I'm reading, Hughes does not want to make a move for a temporary solution when you have Doc, and they want to see what's going to. That's what I'm reading. Johnny says, Doc, you mean Matheson? Doc, I'm not sure what you mean there, Johnny. Doc over under 40 games played. I'll say under, says JFed. I'm going to say over because I want to be optimistic, but I get the, I get that, and it's fair. It's definitely fair. He has to prove it. He has to play the full season. He's got to do that. I'm not going to anoint it to him, but I'm saying that the possibility is there for him to have that season, this one, right? Bill Masters intro. But isn't the Masterton for more than just? I'm not 100% sure because I think it has to do with community service and all that, doesn't it? Too, if it's about like overcoming this kind of stuff, then yeah. But I don't think that's what the Masterton is exactly. Now I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that one. So I don't know. I just thought you put Masterton, so I thought it was Matheson. That's me. All right, I gotta get going. I gotta eat, and I gotta work on this video that I want to get out. So am I gonna do it tonight? I don't know. I'm hoping I get advanced on it. I don't think I'll film, but I have some behind the scenes work I've got to do. So I'm trying to push myself because the next 2 days I'm not gonna have a lot of time to do anything. So. Joe says, what I mean by unlucky is that if you look at the Doc injuries, he was not at fault. Yeah, okay, I get that part, but you can still be injury prone though, right? Because you're getting hit all the time. Guys are getting hit all the time. It's still unlucky or injury prone could still be the same thing in my opinion. NHL player who best exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey. Yeah, I mean it's a possibility he could get nominated for that if he comes back, has a great season, and all's looking good. Maybe he does get that nomination. David says at JFed, I'll say under 40 as well. I got nothing against the kid, if any kid. But he has had so much misfortune with injuries, he may not play this year. I think he'll play this year. But the question, listen, you guys, where last year and all that, I might have gotten, said the opposite. You guys may be right, and I've got to say that the kid could be injury prone, and but he's got one more year left on the contract. It's his last year to prove it. I think the potential for him to prove it is good. About the injuries, I don't know. We're going to have to kind of hold our breath almost every game. Johnny Golden, awesome to see you again, and I hope we see more of you. That's all I can say. Hope you come back often, and like I said, awesome to see you again. So take care in between, and hopefully see you soon. Gally deserved the Masterton for each of his fingers left. Markov, I think, also did. Well, Gally, the way he plays, I mean, he kind of embodies that Masterton thing, no? Line A maybe as well. He did sit his ass down for a long time. I don't think the way Line A plays, though, his overall game, everything but his shot, qualifies for that. If Line A decides this season he's got a little more to show, he starts to use the body a little bit, like along the boards when you're fighting for a puck. You get in there, you lean on guys. He doesn't have to be big hits and all that, but use the body a little bit. It's got 6'5". He's 6'5". If he can do that, then maybe he could get a shot at that. But I don't think he qualifies. I had to start drinking 7% beer to celebrate your work today. Why only? Yeah, you like the 9% or something, or you don't like it that strong, and you had 7% beer, strong beer. Yeah, I don't think I would like that. 7% is too much, young man. 5% is the sweet spot. It's between 4 and 5%. I think. I don't know what the American beers are, but it might be 3.5% to 5%. To me, that's the sweet spot. Fin du Monde is 9%, and it's crazy too much. Yeah, 9%, no, and 7 is strong. Yeah, Pabst is your brand. America 4%, Canada 5%, and that's it. That's the sweet spot. They're both good, and I'm good with the light beers. So, on that note, I'm going to take off. I want to thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Please, if you have time or you have the notion, please go check out my the merch store. And if you want right behind me, up there, if you want these shirts and the other design, I still got those available. Email me at talkinghabs@gmx.com. I'll tell you how to get them. $15 plus shipping. It's not that expensive. And that's it. I got nothing else to say. I think I'll be back for. I have no idea what I'm doing this week, honestly. The podcast on Monday. Next Saturday, be back. And the Abnormals is starting again. We're recording at the end of next week. So that's it. Have a great rest of Saturday. Thanks for joining me. Thanks to all the members. Go check out the new members only video. And that's it. I'm going to run because I'm tired of talking now. Jeez. Have a great night, everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, enjoy.